Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let's see. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Urupam Sagarajatam Sahaganam Raghunatam Vidang Tang Sajivam. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaud Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Shri Nitai Gauda Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Mike. Put it down. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hadaya Namah, Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. Hare Hadaya Namah, Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. Hadaya Namah, Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Jai Nitai Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. Jai Nitai Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Jai Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Thy gold, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, gold, Hari Bol, thy gold. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Sisini Dai Gauda Pramanande, Hari Hari Bol. Very good. Gentlemen, we have a mission and we are empowering you to participate in the mission. Actually, the vision of our founder, Acharya, everybody's wearing tilak here. It's a better turnout than I get in the Bhakti Shastri group. Right? So I was requested to discuss something about for the youth of India, but already I see that all of the hearers present have already transcended the temporary identification of being a material body. What to speak of being a youth? Otherwise, why would they be wearing the sign of Lord Vishnu on their foreheads, indicating that they've realized their constitutional position? So actually, that is the source of empowerment. That is the source of empowerment. This is the shortcoming of the modern education, which you find available here in Bharat Bhumi. You won't find a program available to train you in how to harness the spiritual potency. You won't find any college or any training program which is teaching you the skills, how to harness the spiritual potency, how to actually learn how to work with that spiritual potency and become empowered by it. There is a science. Just let us try to conceive of the spiritual potency. The spiritual potency. We can we can clearly see the potency of you could say science. It has some power. It can make a heavy aeroplane. So heavy, how many tons? Tons and tons. No one here can lift. Not even if all of us tried to get together lift, we couldn't lift an aeroplane. But somehow by the atomic science, atomic physics and aerodynamics, they're able to make it fly in the sky. That's power. That's power, yeah. And so much other. I can talk to someone a long way away. We can see someone. There is power there. Now, when you actually begin to see, as Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, Balam, Balavaham Chaham, that actually all that power is coming from the spiritual source, the presence, because without the life being in the body, that body cannot do anything. It cannot make a phone call. It cannot fly the plane without the life force in there. And that life energy, that spirit energy, that's Krishna. That's the spiritual energy. Krishna explains, Mamai Bhangsha Jiva Loke. The living entity is part of me. So whatever thing whatever enamoring thing, yad vibhutimat sattvam srimad urjitam evava tam evava gachatam mamate jangsha shambhava. Whatever glorious, tremendous, fantastic, splendid phenomena we see in this world, yad vibhut srimad urjitam evava tam evava gachatam mamate jangsha. It is all coming from my potency. My potency. Just see how powerful is the spiritual energy. You can take a little seed, a tiny little seed like that, put it in the ground, put some water, the sun, and then boom, becomes a huge tree. That's a lot of generative power from a tiny seed like that. It has no symptoms of what the final result will be. There's no resemblance. So where does all that power come from? That just comes out of where? It's in the seed. Contained in the subtle form. The spiritual potency is there. They're trying to, the physics, the biologists, they're trying to know DNA. They can't think of anything beyond matter. They think very, very, very subtle. They think very, very small matter. But actually there's energy beyond matter, more subtle energy, subtle sound, subtle thought, subtle sound, very powerful. And they have no idea. They have no idea that they're thinking that it's some chemical. They have no idea. It's the consciousness. It's the spiritual. It makes everything. Is the source of everything. Why people are attracted to each other. Why there's relationships. You just take the chemicals, the flesh, the bones. How you have feelings. Have feelings for those things. Chemicals, bones. Or let's say your hair. Let's say it's Prabhav. Your hair, you're very, very nice, neatly trimmed today, Prabodh. Yeah, it's Pramod. Prabodh. Yeah, very nicely, neatly trimmed today. Yeah, Usually you're more like, yeah, he's what I consider the ISKCON Jimi Hendrix, right? Prabhu, ISKCON Jimi Hendrix. You guys don't even know who that is, right? Now I can get away with things like that because people don't even realize how Maya it is. They don't even know who he is. I think Prabhu, you knows, yeah? He was a cool dude. So the energy, it's coming. Why we have, if we cut. Where did you put the hair, Prabhu? When it's on your head, oh yeah, it's so nice, the hair. The lady's hair, oh, your hair is so beautiful. Lomba chul, oh, atonto shunduri. How many, the lady's hair, maybe they require, I don't know, half liter of coconut oil a day. In India, the ladies' hair very long, right? Really long. Right? It's so long. Oil. So let's cut the hair. Then you have the same affection for the hair. For the body, it's not for the body. The effect. We'll cut a few pieces from the body. We'll cut the ear. When it's attached to the head, oh, you are Tumi otanta shundari. We whisper. We whisper into the ear. Yes? Whisper into the ear. If you don't know about this, you can talk to the grihastas amongst us. They know all of these things. Now we'll cut the ear. Cut the ear and give it to you. You're still, you're the most beautiful. Or then we'll cut the nose, we'll cut the lips, we'll cut the lips. We'll give you the lips. I mean, there are other things we don't need to mention. It's the spirit. It's this, you take it out of the body, it's the spirit. That's the energy. But because we have become, as Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains it, Tribhir guna mayi bhavai ebi sharadamidam jagat mohitam na bijanati mam ebyam param abhyayam. That na bijanati, that they do not understand. Na bijanati, mam, me, Krishna, the spiritual person. Mam ebyam param abhyayam, who am above these modes of material nature. Tribhir guna mai ebi sarvamidam jagat mohitam. Everyone is bewildered by these things. So we can't see the spiritual source of everything. We see it differently. We're charmed. We're put a spell. Oh, yeah. And the actual underlying spiritual energy, which is running through everything and animating everything, and so vibrant, and it's Brahmajyoti, it's full of brilliance and consciousness, and we just don't see it. We just don't see it. And some even think that it doesn't exist, or spirit doesn't exist. That's how covered we become. Covered. How do we become covered? Bhogashaya prashaktanam taya parita chetasaham. The cheta, the consciousness, the awareness. Your awareness, ekona cheta. We can sing the song. Maybe you guys are. I wasn't thinking they'd be up to bhajans, but they won't. Ekona chetanna peye, Radha Madhav Nam bolo re. Ekona chetanna peye. The consciousness. We can develop or we can underdevelop. Just like in the animals, the consciousness is underdeveloped. They don't feel, if we were to go a few days without bathing, we would feel very uncomfortable and we would feel very bad. And probably smell bad too. And we wouldn't, and others wouldn't like to be near us. Yeah, not even a few days, even within one day. In the steamy Mumbai humidity, by midday, that's enough. When you get stuck in an elevator with some people, you'll get out 1 or 2 floors before because you can't tolerate it anymore. So we have to struggle to keep this. We have to struggle. It's a lot of struggle. How did I get onto that? Where was I? Yeah, the animals. And they don't. They're never aware of. The animals are never sensitive to that. They never think, oh, come on, I need a bath. Oh, let me sit down and have a nice meal. Well, hot cooked, you know. They'll eat anything. They'll fight. The conscious, same jiva, but the consciousness has become shrunken. They don't think of anything beyond the immediate demands of the senses. Bhogashaya prashaktanam. Attachment to the senses, what pleasure that gives. Taya parita cheta. That covers your consciousness. That will shrink in your awareness. You can't see, you won't ask questions. How can I attain an eternal achievement? You won't ask questions because your consciousness becomes shrunken. Taya parita means covers. If you have a flame and you cover it with a blanket, another blanket, what's the hope of seeing the illumination of that flame? Very, very remote. So we're covering it. Taya parita cheta, this sense enjoyment, the pleasure that the senses give us. The more we become attached to that, that's roop, when we see form. Shabda, when we hear sound. Rasha, when we taste. The pleasures that we get from the senses. The more we become attached to the bhogashaya, prashaktanam, the more we become dependent upon that pleasure, the more the consciousness gets covered. Boom, boom, the more you are degrading. And you become an animal, because the animal, they're more happy, just forgetting in complete forgetfulness. And they just enjoy the senses without restriction. So you can have that if you want that. But if you want to get higher pleasure, sa brahmajoga jukta, shukam akshayam, because we realize that the pleasure of the senses is limited. It's limited. How much can you take? With the tongue. Okay, here you take the rasgulla, take 1, yeah, take 3, yeah, take 15. We used to have competitions in the younger days, eating gulab jamun. But you know who was ISKCON world champion? Undefeated, unchallenged, ISKCON world champion, gulab jamun honorer, Pujapad Srila Shraddha Swami Maharaj. Yeah, that's not on his memorial thing. That should be. It's unchallenged, undefeated, world champion gulab jamun sevak. I was out in the second round, and it was just getting off the point, but I think these guys can take it. This big brahmachari, it used to be my Sankirtan partner. Before he was a devotee, he was a street fighter from Ireland. You know what is a street fighter? Gunda. But a little more, an Irish street fighter is a little more heroic than a gunda. They challenge you on the street. He told me every week he was arrested for assault. Every week he would be in fight, drinking, and the Irish, they like to drink and fight. So he was my Sankirtan partner. So he was against Sridhar Swami. He was not chewing the gulab jamun. They're not chewing. Just to enter that competition, the preliminary qualifying heats, you said you had to eat 10 gulab jamuns. This is after the feast. When feast is finished, everyone lying, and then all contenders for the annual gulab jamun eating competition, kindly come forward and register at the registration desk. We are awaiting the registries to arrival, and then everyone staggers up there. And then just to enter the competition, you have to eat 10 gulab jamun. You see, they put 10. You have to eat, and then if you can remain, then you're eligible to. And then I was in the second, we're eating, and basically you keep going till you drop, and then people drop. So it got to 30 gulab, and then it was this Sridhar Swami and this Bhakta. He wasn't initiated. And then they went on, and then he wasn't chewing. He was just swallowing. Just swallowing. The look on his face, he's trying to beat Maharaj. Rang. And he's like, So he got to 40. By that time, the whole congregation, the whole temple were all crowded. Go. And bets were on, 500 rupees you and 500, taking bets, 3-1. Not quite like that. Devotees are not allowed to gamble. But anyway, we were all cheering. Come on. So he got to 40 and he was looking at the last gulab jamun and he was... So Maharaj is there. Maharaj is at 40. Then Maharaj picked up another one and went, and swallowed. And then just to finish him off, Maharaj picked up another one, So undefeated world champion, 42 gulab jamuns. Sridhar Swami Maharaj ki. And the story goes on. The next morning, I happened to be there in the temple and rendering some services to the great souls. So Maharaj called me immediately after Mangalati, called me. He said, is there the mini market in the West, the general store stays open all night, like all night there. They're called 24-hour. He says, is the mini market open? Can you go and bring a bottle of 7-Up? So bring about 3 liters. He was taking the 7-Up too. So anyway, the spirit, there's no one training you how to harness the energy of the spirit. That's the real potency you can achieve. Just see what Prabhupada achieved. What Prabhupada achieved, unbelievable. And did he rely upon his professional qualifications? I'm a Actually, Prabhupada didn't even accept he completed the degree and he didn't accept the degree. He didn't accept it. So was he relying upon his academic qualification? Was he relying upon his business investments and connections? He was a successful businessman. But then eventually everything fell apart. What he was relying upon, his mobile, his smartphone, his ATM card, or no, nothing, no followers, nothing. So how is he able to do that? With just 40 rupees, come and make worldwide movement. Worldwide movement. How is it possible? Because Prabhupada knew how to align oneself with the spiritual energy. That's what Krishna is teaching in the Bhagavad Gita. Nimitta matram bhava, nimitta matra bhava shavyashachi. Krishna is instructing Arjuna, you become my instrument. You become my instrument. And through you. And in this way we can learn how to become Krishna's instrument. And then be surcharged with the spiritual potency. Become a perfect being. We were hearing when we were visiting Puri how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his indiscriminate distribution of Krishna Prema in South India, he would empower people just by them seeing him. They would become empowered, surcharged with love of Godhead. That they would come from their village, they would see Gaur Sundar doing the kirtan. And as he was going down the east coast of South India, this, what's that place? Nishinga, Kurmakstan, Vishakhapatnam, in between Vishakhapatnam and Puri, that area. That's Karna, that's Telugu. Is Telugu? What's that called? Down there. I thought Simachalam was up in the Himalayas. Down there. Yeah, Vishakhapatnam. So he was distributing love of Godhead. The people would come, they would see him doing the kirtan as he raised arms, as he's chanting the holy name. Actually, he was chanting Krishna, 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 hey. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshama. He was chanting the mantra as he's walking. It seems like that was the mantra he was chanting because he didn't have the kirtan party with him. But in another deep in Bengal, when he had the kirtan party with him, the associates, and in Puri. But there he only had who would be doing mridanga, he wouldn't. That's why he was chanting that mantra, it appears. So just by seeing Mahaprabhu, the people would become overwhelmed with prema, Krishna prema. They would forget where their home was. Badikotai, money nai. Where? Bangali Rakom. That was if I made that joke in Bangladesh, you'd all be rolling on the ground. I forgot my home. Where's my home? Am I married? They saw Mahaprabhu's kirtan. After that, they forgot whether or not they were married. Did I get married? I can't remember. I think I did, but which one is my wife? That's how the kirtan affected them. Overwhelmed with prema, love of God. They go back to the village, whoever saw them, they were empowered. So we can become empowered. Now, the topic of today was a birth in India. We learned about India. I was in school in Melbourne, Australia. Maybe you've heard of the Melbourne Cricket Ground, yeah, MCG, yeah. MCG, yeah. Okay, Melbourne. We used to go to the MCG, yeah, and see the cricket, yeah. Football. So we learnt about different countries. We learned about America, we learned about Spain. And different countries they would say different things. England had the Tower of London. North America had Niagara Falls. France had? Okay, like that. So can you imagine what they said about India in the book? That was the young, primary school, geography. And the geography book, different countries, a little paragraph. So, can you imagine what they said about India? You'll be shocked. Anyone can guess? If you haven't heard me give this presentation before, that is. Can you guess what they said about India? Raise hands if you like to make a suggestion. What Australian primary school children learn about India in their geography lesson? Anyone like to suggest? Yeah. Spiritual, almost, yeah.
God's land. God's land.
God's land, yeah, kind of. Actually, what we learn about was that yeah. And what they wrote about Mahatma Gandhi was that he was a saint among the politicians. He was a saint among the politicians. Yeah. And that India was the country of yogis and rishis. Yogis and rishis. Even that the founder of the nation himself was a renunciate. He was a rishi. He was a rishi, the philosopher, and he practiced meditation on God every day. He was a rishi. He was a seer. He could see the spiritual energy. He realized it, and he acted according to. He behaved as though it was a reality. That's called a rishi. That's a realized soul. They act in such a way that they've realized that the spiritual energy is the most important factor. That's how they act. That's a realized soul. They don't act in the same way as an ordinary person acts. Yanisha Sharava Bhutanam Yasham Jagarti Bhutani. The time of awakening for the people in general, Yanisha, that is the time of sleep for the introspective soul. He's not interested in the endeavors of the materialist. And his endeavors, the materialist cannot relate to them. He sees differently, acts differently, because he's functioning in accordance with the spiritual priority. That's a rishi. You can be in any status of life and still be a rishi if you know the technique. And actually, India, we learn, and today we see that actually India is the place of the munis and the rishis. There's so many great rishis, and different sampradayas, different philosophies. But this is the country for realizing, this is the land for God realization. And you see all of the world religions began in India. All of the world religions began in India. Buddhism began in India. And then there's the years that explain where Jesus Christ came and had a guru and learned about spirituality in Jagannath Puri and India. And others have basically come from Christianity and combination. India, meditation. Where do you learn meditation? Where is meditation from? Which country? From Switzerland, meditation. Switzerland, Brazil, meditation. No, they're all doing meditation now. But where did they learn? Any of these countries teaching of meditation? No, the science of the soul. It's the yogis and the rishis from India. And actually, a birth in India, you are given special facilities which are specifically conducive for spiritual awakening that those born in other types of bodies, in other types of ethnic circumstances, do not have the same facilities. Therefore, I'll show you something here. So, Prabhupada would often comment, Bharat Bhumite Hoila Manusha Janama. Those who take birth in India, Bharat Bhumite Hoilo Manusha Janama. Those who take their birth in India. Janma Sharta Kore. In other words, he said, Janma, this is Mahaprabhu speaking. Janma Sharta Kore means that Janma Sharta Kore means it's taken for granted that he can perfect his life. Janma Sharta Kore means that that's what you can do because you're born in India. That's how wonderful the facility is. And then Para Upakar. Para Upakar. Then they actually should become world leaders, just like Prabhupada. He delivered the world. He performed so much seva for the entire humanity. So Para Upakar. Upakar means a benefactor of others. By training them in spiritual life and being exemplary. This is what a birth in India, according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, involves. So there are many facilities that are given. But unfortunately now, people are not being trained in India, those who are taking their births in India, they are not being trained how to take advantage of and how to access and to further develop these inherent potencies and qualities that they are given with because of being born in India. Now let me ask you this question. Over the recent history, let's say as far back as you can remember, let's even go back as far as recorded history. Since the beginning of time, if you like. How many gold medals has the nation of India won at the Olympics? How many gold medals has the nation of India won in the Olympics? How many? Yeah? What? You think so? I think so. You think India won any gold medal? Yes. Seems to be a little bit of dispute. Maybe in the pistol firing or something, you know. I think they got one in the pistol firing. Some girl from Karnataka with the big, glasses 2 inches thick. Now this is a little sensitive issue, I can see from the body language. People are becoming a little uneasy by this discussion. What's he going to say next? How he's going to insult us next? Now the question, why India hasn't, you look at the other countries, Australia, America, Russia, Japan. Within the first few days, they're already counting up. They have the count. It's called the medal count. And every day on the news, 3 silver for Australia in the pool. 4 silver in the track and field for Australia. 3 gold in the long distance running. Australia wins gold in the fencing. It's just every day they're piling up Australia, America, and then they have a competition. Now, why India is not there amongst the medal winners? Why? Because Indians are not so stupid. The Indians are not so stupid. Even when I was in school and we had the physical education exercise lesson, phys ed, and the guy he used to come in a tracksuit. Right? The phys ed teacher, he would wear a tracksuit and a whistle all the time. Tracksuit and a whistle. It was like the special robes of the physical instructor. So he'd take us to the corner of the neighborhood. He'd say, "Okay, men, we're going to go on a run. We go down this road. You turn left. You go the main road. You come up there. You run in this the side avenue. You come back, and then here, come back here. Any questions, men?" I put my hand on him and I said, "Sir, can I just clarify? The purpose, we go here, we come, and then we arrive back here. Is that correct?" "Yes." I said, "Sir, we're already here." We're already here. From that day on, I didn't have a very healthy relationship with the physical education teacher. But just look at the madness. You know, there's one sport they have, it's called the shot put. How many Indians got gold in the shot put? You know, it's a lead ball. It's a lead ball, and you hold it like this. And people train their life. A shot putist. And they trained hour after hour, month after month, year after year, and then they're there, and then they throw. And then they're running with the tape measure. 2 millimeter new world record. There's another one, the long jump, you know. Right, it's madness. And then there's the height, there's the pole vault, you know, you run. What do you achieve? I mean, what to speak of the track events? You know, you have to go round and you go round. And what's the point? You know, you cross the line first. One of the ones I like best is the weightlifting. Right? I mean, is this something that a human, that a conscious spiritual being does? And they have to put big straps around their waist so that their body doesn't split open. You know, but you see the thing, they're strapped with leather. It's all strapped up tight so that their intestines don't burst apart with the pressure. And you know that in the West they have women doing that as well. You know, there's women. If you really want to laugh, you know, have a look at women's boxing. Mixed martial arts. You know, mixed martial arts in the cage. Mixed martial arts. At least in boxing there was a little bit of nobility in boxing. Mixed martial arts. What do they call it? MMA. They're just like animals. You can do. And the women do it. Just imagine some lady from Chennai, mixed martial artists, world champion. You can't even imagine it. Because India is a higher birth. Therefore, they're not good at these things. Because these are subhuman activities. These are not for humans. These are for the Asuric breeds. You understand what I'm saying? The Asuric breeds who are good with the mystic, they're good with the material energy. They can make a phone. Make it, the Asian guys, they're the ones that are microchip, computer, mobile, smartphone, the Asian guys. Millions of them sit in huge industrial estates, ladies and men, is on computers all day. Also, you're not, that's also subhuman. How could you do that? How could you live like that? Humans are not meant to do that. These different like breeds. Birth in India is the highest. Because you're not good at these things. You're not good. How is it for years? I lived in Bangladesh 4 years. For 4 years. We were living in the villages. I couldn't conceive that. How is it that the ladies, they still just go to the pukur kund, yes, and wash clothes on the rock? And I'm thinking, why they never thought to get a washing machine, you know, get this, or even I was living in the village and I'm starting to think I'll make a bamboo platform. We can raise it according to the water. This is because I'm a Westerner. This is how we think. We'll make it, you pull it up with trolleys and there'll be a bucket so I can take a shower. Aha. We're just thinking how to make life more comfortable. That's how they think. But these ladies, these people live in the village for thousands of years. They never thought that. They never thought about, let's make a bucket and let's put it up there so we can just have a shower. And you turn the tap and we'll make it high up and then it will flow down and we just need to pump the water up and we'll have a shower. Because they don't think like that. Because they haven't been given that sort of a brain to simply change the material energy for no ultimate benefit. The first time they don't have that. That's not functioning. That component is not in the brain, because the brain is more suited for meditation. So the brain is more peaceful. It's less agitated. It's more satisfied. It's more yadricha labha shantushto. A symptom of advancement is a person is satisfied with what's easily available. They don't like to over-endeavor. That's advanced. And that's a natural. What's the other thing? Another example I was thinking of? Taking bath. Yeah. Oh, just you may not notice, but being a foreigner living in India, I think I've lived in India for more than most of the people in this room, actually. I've lived in India 22 years, right? I know all about it, right? You notice that the Western people they cannot wait. Very impatient. It's very difficult. It's very frustrating for Western people to wait. If I have to get something from the restaurant, I see 25 people I will never go. Forget it. Forget that thing. I cannot wait, cannot line up, cannot stand in a queue. Cannot stand in a queue. So, because there's little tolerance. That's why the brain and the mind is always working toward making contraptions to make life easier. Invent things, toothbrush, all of these contraptions just to make life easier, because they cannot tolerate tapasya, difficulty. But when I see the way people in India go on the train, they can tolerate so much inconvenience every day without protesting. On the train you're squashed up against the wall. Just another 2 hours to my stop. How people can do that? The roads. Sometimes I'll drive. Usually I'm a train man, but if I drive from Mayapur to Kolkata and the road is so bad, and I'm saying to the driver, in the Western people would riot. They would tear down the government for treating them like this. In Delhi, we were driving from Punjabi Bagh to Radha Parthasarthi Mandir. I couldn't believe in the Rajdhani, the capital of India, and the road was so bad. It's like bang, bang, bang. And I said to the other devotee, I said, in the West, the people would tear the government down if they abused people like this, if they treated you like... In India, people... All the different religions that have been allowed to come and settle in India. All the different religions, so many branches of Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, whatever, and so many, because of tolerance. Tolerance. And look at other countries. You can't even step through the customs with your japamala. Intolerant. Indian people are tolerant. They're tolerant. They can endure. Now, unfortunately, what has happened is like when I see these people standing in lines. Now I remember when they first, maybe you guys weren't even alive then. We used to have to get the computerized booking train ticket. You had to go to the computerized booking office, line up. The first time that I did it online, and they sent me an SMS to my phone, and here's the PNR number, and just show it to the I said, no way, no, this is not happening, this is not India, come on. I can't just show the guy that and he's going to let me sit on the train? Not possible. I couldn't believe that it would happen. And now every time you just hand him your phone, that's it. And in the old days we used to line up. I would catch the train, Howrah to Navadip. It's a 3-hour train. You'd have to line up for 5 hours. How people can do that? How they can do that? Endure such. Now, because actually this is the capacity. This is meant to enable you to easily spend hours in meditation. which the Western people cannot do. But the Indian people, they can. With a little bit of training, learn how to spend hours in meditation, because they can endure the inconvenience to the body to a tremendous degree, more than those who are born in other types of bodies. Not only is there tremendous endurance and tolerance as a result of being born in India, but also there are inherent good qualities. There are inherent good qualities. Specifically, there is submissiveness and humility and respect, which is a natural thing. And these are very good qualities, because with such qualities, you can advance very quickly in spiritual life. Humble, humility. Amanina manadaina, Mahaprabhu said, Amanina, for me no respect. Amanina manadaina, and willing to show all respect to others. Kirtaniya sada hari. It's very easy for you to chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So these qualities are great assets. It's very natural. It's a natural thing. A person in India, they will show respect. It's a natural thing. It's a default setting. The default setting. This is not the case with people from other ethnic backgrounds. You may not realize. I've lived in more than 30 different countries and lived with people. It's not an easy thing for a Western person to bow down. You don't see that in the religions in the West. They don't do that because they have ego. Because of the type of culture and the birth that they had, they have an ego. It's very difficult. It's a very rare thing to see a Western person bow down in a temple. That's a rare person. What to speak of a Western person who bows down to another man? That is an extremely rare spectacle in the West. Because in Krishna consciousness we have a special society, so exalted souls are easily available. But in India, every boy, he bows down to his father as a standard thing. He bows down to his brother and touches his feet without ever questioning. Well, this is a major difference. And the qualities that the British used to explain, the Indian soldiers, their qualities. The Indian soldiers in the Indian army, which is the British army. Loyalty, determination, courage, and tolerance, and endurance, and reliability. Like unbelievable. This is the residual of Varnashram Dharma, Kshatriya Dharma, a person's word, honesty, these values, a values-based society. Honesty, cleanliness. Cleanliness, it's a value in India. It's a value that people still have. You find water in the latrine. It's a common thing. Because in the West, go to the West, they're pigs. In suits. These basic things that is not in their brain. Oh, you have to use water after you go to the latrine? Because they're low class. But good at mechanics. And because the modern world has become so much about sense gratification, and they have become the leaders. Now what's happening, all the Indian boys want to go to the West. We want the dollars, we want dollars, we want rupees, taka. Because the same work you do in India, you do in America, you get 10 times more pay. So you go to the West. But I live in the West. I know what the sort of things the Indian expats have to do in the West. You become the luggage man in the hotel. And you make more money than you would as a school teacher in India. You're the luggage boy. And they stand there in the audio, I don't know, this one, I don't know, like on the Howrah station. You can become a luggage boy. Or you can become in the general store and you can work all night. They work the night shift. Or you can be you'll find all Indians, the taxi drivers that work in the market on the register. You become, in the past, the British and the Americans, they got their slaves from Africa by force. Now they're getting easily the slaves from India with a few dollars. You want $1? Come. You want $1? Australian dollar? Yeah, I have so much. And the Indians can do the jobs the Americans cannot do. Because they have this ability to tolerate, to endure. And you're just using these gifts which are given to you by Mother Nature to make it easy for you to realize, God, you're using these to become the slaves of the foreigners. Because they're giving you this dollar and this and some new way to enjoy that. You can eat this. We eat. Yeah, you can eat meat. Yeah, we eat. We drink. You can drink. Yeah. I can drink. I can do just like you. Yeah. You can have many girlfriends. You don't need marriage. Yeah, we do. And so there. This is the alluring. There was last year there was an Indian gentleman who was killed in America in a bar. He was killed just randomly. Or they thought he was a Islamic fundamentalist. How dumb these guys are. They thought the guy from South India was an Islamic fundamentalist. Allah Akbar. They shot him in the bar. So it was a big thing on the BBC and everything because it was this fundamental anti-Islam, Islamophobia they call it, Islamophobia, fear of Islam. So anyway, this guy, and later his wife's, they're interviewing his wife, and they're saying, he was just an innocent guy, he's just sitting at the bar. I mean, he goes there every night and drinks. Right? And her name was Mrs. Subramanian, right? Yeah, Subramaniam, right? That's a high-class South Indian Brahmin, yes? Would he be able to do that in India? No. But that's why. You can come, we drink every day, everyone drinks. You can eat the meat, you can eat the McDonald's, you can do whatever. So thinking that is freedom, you go and you become the slave, you become the doorman of the fat American. You become the doorman or the driver. And waste your life. Whereas simply practicing Krishna consciousness and incorporating the special facilities that have been given because of being born in India and utilizing that just advancement, and you can make spiritual advancement so rapidly, you can perfect your life. You can go to the spiritual world. People used to say to me when I was in Bangladesh, many times the villagers would come, Amra Australia te jete chai. We want to go to Australia. Can you help? Well, I'm Astri. I'm a chele meye. I can do some work. Many times people would say. They'd say, can you help? And I'd say, yes, I can help. I said, I can help you go to a place which is far better than Australia. And you can easily achieve that residence. Chakvadeha puna janmanaiti mameti. Saprayati samad bhavam. you can you can go to the same nature and the same abode where Krishna is residing, and enjoy all of the benefits of being his associate in the spiritual realm very quickly by practicing Krishna consciousness. So the Upanishads have explained the Mahamantra, how special the Mahamantra is. In another verse it mentions that Nasteva to Gotiyad Annata. There is no other process in the Kali Yuga, Harinam, apart from the name. And in the Upanishads here it's explaining that Iti Shodashaka Nam, these 16 names, are specifically designed Kali Kalmashanashana means specifically designed for addressing or for removing the inebriety of the Kali Yuga. So what Mahaprabhu was meaning when he said para upakar, do benefit for others, and he's meaning that we have those who are from India. We have a responsibility because of India being a blessed punya bhumi, the pious land where all the great sages and rishis and avatars of the Lord and Ganga flow, and the Himalayas surcharged with the spiritual features, where just by taking a birth in that country, one is already automatically endowed with special qualities like humility and tolerance and perseverance and respect and the ability to control the senses and the mind and endure inconvenience, which is specifically facility given to help you progress in spiritual advancement and learn how to tolerate the urges and the allurement of this world, and be able to tolerate that and push through. So the people who are born in Bharat with that facility, they have responsibility to enlighten the whole world on Krishna consciousness. Enlighten the whole world. So rather than trying to chase after some degree and some qualification and then apply for a job in Canada or America and go and end up being the doorman in the hotel or the luggage boy at the airport, or the driver, rather than doing that, practice Krishna consciousness, participate and cooperate with the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will send you personally. He will empower you and send you all over the world on the adventure of distributing Krishna consciousness. Yes. Because that's the order. And why not? Prabhupada did that. And even if he decides not to send you all over the world, still he will empower you in another way. Maybe you can, with your skills that you learn, your communication skills or your internet, your information technology skills, you can help to spread Krishna consciousness throughout the world, through internet or some other method, and become empowered. We simply have to become aligned with the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and to lock ourselves in to the high-powered roller coaster ride of spreading Krishna consciousness, and become purified at the same time very quickly, and do benefit for our countrymen and make India again the glorious nation that it should be, respected by the world, not laughed at. We need someone to clean the drains there. We need someone to stay all night at the shop. Yeah, just get some Indians. They'll do anything. Give them some money. Any way they can enjoy their senses. They think they're being liberated from their caste system. They'll do anything we ask them. And we just laugh at them. That Indians will be respected will be appreciated, will be revered worldwide, like they should be, like they have been in the past. Prabhupada and other great rishis were revered in the West because they had values, they had spiritual values, and they exemplified the spiritual principles. And they were able to give shelter. Many were appreciated and respected. So this is opportunity you can have. And we would request you to deliberate on this and decide thoughtfully what you want to do with your life. Any question on the points that we were presenting today? Yes.
When a person gets birth in India,
What?
when a person gets birth in India,
Yeah.
Dharma is to be there, with the birth in India.
What's the question?
When does a person get birth in India?
Well, Punya Bhumi. Punya Bhumi means that, and Prabhupada has commented on different occasions that a birth in India means that in a previous life, a person was practicing spirituality, already seeking after God, and thus was given a birth in India where it's going to be much easier for them to progress. So as a result of previous punya karma or direct yogic practice, a person will be born in India.
Which God was pleasing that he gets birth in India?
What?
So which God he was pleasing that he gets birth in India?
Which God? Well, there's only one. There's one God, but he has many different personalities. He has many different characters, many different expansions. But there's one God, same God. Not which, there's only one. But he has many expansions. So you could be worshipping any of the forms or the impersonal form. He has many forms. Avyaktamurti. He has the different forms. Maybe, whatever. Or representative. Jesus is not God, he's a representative. Yeah, but Krishna said, Toma Krishna did their part of worshipping the representative, the guru. That's his guru's worshipping God. Just like worshipping Ganga. Ganga is not God. But worship, because Ganga is so dear to God, you worship Ganga, you get the mercy of God. So worshipping any form of God or his prophet, you'll get advancement. Yeah, sure. It's a long path. But Krishna consciousness, you can finish it up in this life. You don't have to wait for another life. You can finish it. Finish all lives. Come to the end of the path. Awaken, revive the love of God. Revive love of God. And then you'll, not to speak of realize, you'll have an intimate relationship, just like I'm talking with you now. God can be your friend. You can enjoy with God in the pastimes or other types of relationships. Other questions? Yes.
So if a person has practiced spirituality in his previous life, so why will he get a new life? He has practiced.
Well, he may not have completed. He may be partially progressed, but not perfectly progressed. There's called sadhaka, there's called siddha. Sadhaka is a practitioner who's making progress by the effort, the practice, sadhana. And then when one achieves perfection, it's called siddha. So until achieving siddha, you have to continue practicing sadhana. So you keep taking births until you become siddha. And then you perfect.
So like a person gets the birth in India because he or she practiced spirituality in his previous life.
It's said like that.
So why does a person suffer in India? Like it's called Punya Bhumi, as you said. Why does a person suffer in India if he has done good karma in his previous life?
Well, perhaps because those with more responsibility and more facility, they're actually punished more severely. Because what can you expect from the subculture? What can you expect? But from a high culture, the high class people, if they become aparadi. Just like, for example, I was in Kathmandu. There's a place called Bhaktapur, and they had last year there was like an 8-point, what do they call it, megabyte earthquake. What are they called? Richter scale. Richter scale key. Yeah. 8-point on the Richter scale. We felt it in Mayapur. We felt that in Mayapur. I felt that. I fell over almost. What to speak of there? Now that the center place, what do they call it? The central point? Epicenter. So many new words today. Richter scale, epicenter. I'm ready to make my presentation now at the next Geological Society annual convention. Richter scale, epicenter. So that was right in the place called Bhaktapur where there's so many temples. I was there 1 or 2 years prior to that. The way that the local people were respecting the temples was shameful. They weren't respected. Their kids would just play with their bikes and their girlfriends, and it was just like tourists. These are the temples of the Lord. And there was no puja. It would become the government thought they would get more money if we make it a tourist place. So this is called aparad. This is not just ignorance. This is offensive. When a person who is actually being given knowledge, in India there is wisdom, there is knowledge, there is Brahman, there is Guru, there is Veda, and we are publicly ridiculing. So this is offense. The special facilities, and you spit it out. Just like if a person is given the prasad, if they throw that, there's a story about one Muslim rickshaw rider. His friend offered the prasad. He went, "We don't take it. With the idol, the food of the idol, we don't take it." He hit it. He threw it on the ground. That night in the dream, Jagannath was there with his pressing him down, hitting him, bang, bang. And Baladev is there laughing. Kill him, kill his family. He's saying, "You didn't honor what my prasad? I'm going to kill you and your family, all of them." And he's looking, and Subhadra's there. She's laughing. Kill him, kill him. This is his dream. The next day, he came early in the morning. He's begging the pujari, "You please offer to the Lord and give me some prasad." So anyway, that's an extraordinary story. But the person, you throw the prasad, you're better off that you didn't get the prasad in the first place, because you're going to have to suffer a reaction for offending the Lord. So this is when you get these facilities, the basic understanding of Vedic culture in India, everybody knows. If you don't progress in spirituality, then it's upsetting to the Lord. Or these places, the deserts, these Morubhumi, these places where the subclasses live, well, the Lord, what can He expect about them? Well, they're like animals. What can you expect? But in India, they insult me, they degrade the Vedas, they disrespect the culture. That's what can you expect? What can you expect? It's major suffering in India. Major suffering. As people, in India, everything is extreme, everything is intense. It's easy to make spiritual life, it's easy to progress in spiritual life, it's easy to get absorbed in material life, and also suffering, and plenty of it available. That's India. In the West, they hide the suffering. I was in China, and we were going into office buildings, and we get to the 3rd floor, and then it would say 5th floor. And I'm always wondering what happened to the 4th floor. And I asked one person one time, "What happened to the 4th floor?" When I said it, they went, because somehow in China, in Mandarin language, the number 4, it sounds like the number dead. It sounds like death. So for some reason, they don't like to say it, so they don't have a 4th floor. So they hide suffering. They're very expert in hiding suffering. They hide. You don't see beggars on the street. And the crippled people, they're all off in the, specialized, what do they call that? The disabilities work centers, not like beggars on the street in India. It's a special place. India is a special place, a special marketplace where everything is available. It's a special place. It's not as dull as the West. It's so dull. This is the place. The Lord appeared here. The Holy Ganga is here. Great sages, the rishis, the Vedas, the Sanskrit Bhasha. So many, so still surcharged. So everything you can, the rishi considers everything is conducive. Actually, seeing suffering is healthy for a spiritual. Just like, was it in Varanasi last night? 30 people, the road caved down. Right? I mean, this is India. In the West, you never hear something like that. You never hear that. And if you would, they would tear down the government. There would be a revolution. But this is India. So, practice spiritual life. It's good that you can see that there's suffering. Yeah. So the sage becomes sensitive to that. Not that we ignore it, but the ultimate solution we have. Don't come back here. And take as many people, as many souls as you can to the spiritual world as you return.
Prabhuji, Brahmins have spiritual knowledge, more than this. Then why they treated Sudras as untouchable people and not allowed to temple?
Because, you see, everything is degrading. This is Kali Yuga. It's the most degraded. So the previous system of Varna, Ashram, Dharma, it doesn't work in Kali Yuga. Because there's no qualified Brahmin. There's no qualified Kshatriya. The Kshatriyas, that means the generals. You become in America, their army, the chief, you could say, there is chief of staff, there is generals, but the chief of the American military is the president. He's the number one person, makes a decision whether there'll be a war, whether America goes to war. He makes that decision. But this is not a real general. Such a person in the Vedic culture, he would be in front of the army. That is a Kshatriya. Yes? He's in front of the army, the general, or the commander-in-chief. But he's there, he's making the decision, we'll go to war. He is in front of the army. So where is that real, genuine Kshatriya warrior today? They don't exist. Because in Kali Yuga, there is no Kshatriya, there are no Brahmana. A Brahmana does not take payment. A Brahmana is not given a wage. He relies on what the Lord gives each day. By the end of the day, whatever he's got, he's distributed. He takes what he needs. Whatever's remained, he's distributed. Tomorrow, the Lord will give again. Where is that first-class Brahmin? I will just teach Vedic knowledge, and the Lord will provide every day what I need. Students will bring. Where is that Brahmin? And he lives in a cottage. And the Brahmini is satisfied, the wife. Where this doesn't exist anymore. Therefore, we showed the verse that the Kali Yuga, the process is Harinam. And you don't worry about the kings and the priests. You don't even need priests. You don't need Brahmins for Harinam. You don't need Brahmins. You need devotees, that's all. You don't need Brahmins. For the Sankirtan movement, you don't need Brahmins. You don't need. You can become by chanting. Dino hino jota chilo hariname udharilo tara shoki jagai ma adhai. Dino hino jota chilo, regardless of how degraded you are. Dino hino, low and fallen. Jota chilo, no matter how extreme you were. Hariname udharilo, the holy name can deliver you. So is the holy name, is the delivering. We don't need priests to do rituals, to do ceremonies in the Kali Yuga. You don't need. You just chant Hare Krishna. And the distributors of the holy name, they may function like a teacher Brahmin, but actually you somehow or other you get the holy name, and then you can perfect your life. Naam Kali Juge Naam Rupe Krishna Avatar Naam Hoite Hoy. Krishna Rupe Naam Avatar. You don't need a priest to worship the deity, because the Lord has appeared in the form of the name. Kali Juge Naam Rupe Krishna Avatar. He's appeared in the form of the name. Naam Hoite Hoy. Anyone who takes the name. Sarva Jagat Nishta. Anyone in the universe. You don't need a priest. You don't need Brahmins for the Sankirtan movement. Shall we chant Hare Krishna? Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Adaya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah Gopal Govinda Ram Madhusudan Adaya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah Gopal Govinda Ram Madhusudan Adaya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah Yadavaya Namah Gopal Govinda Ram Madhusudan Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare transcendental visit to Srinath Mayapur and your subsequent advancement in spiritual life.
So let us thank His Grace Atul Krishna Prabhu for his time by loudly chanting once Hare Krishna mantra.